The objective of this session is to learn how to generate random number using NumPy, indexing and slicing of array, the shape manipulation of array, and how to stack together different arrays. Random number generation. To generate 10 random number, the code is np.random.random.rand under parenthesis 10. To generate 10 random numbers from standard normal distribution, the code is np.random.normal. 0 stands for 0 mean, 1 for 1 standard deviation, and 10 is the number, how many random number you want. Then generating random number array of 2 rows and 3 columns. Here you have to put first 2 stands for 2 rows and the second element for 3 columns. For generating 4 random numbers from uniform distribution, here you have to write uniform and size 4. Indexing of array. Indexing of array is similar to the indexing of list. You can use both negative indexing and positive indexing. Like for this example, to access the last element, here I am writing the array object under square bracket -1. Instead of this, you could have written 0, 1, 2, 3. Indexing of multidimensional array. Here is a multidimensional array of 2 dimensions, and to get the value at the first row and the first column, here the first square bracket 0 stands for the first row and the second under second square bracket 0 stands for the first column. In Python, both the row and column indexes start at 0. Slicing of array. Here is a multidimensional array of 2 rows and 5 columns, and to get the all rows, here it stands for all rows and this part is for the columns. Now we know that when slicing, the end index is not included, it is exclusive. So it is selecting the 0 first column, that is the 0, 1, 2, 3. It will go up to 3. So the second to third column are selected and all rows are selected. Here in this case, this means you select from beginning to end with a step of 2. So it is first one is selected, then 4, then 6th. Shape manipulation of array. Here we are writing a multidimensional array. This is random number of, it will give an array of 2 rows and 3 columns, and when you write floor, it will take the integer part of it. Now the command array object dot ravel, it returns a copy of the array flattened. The original array is now becomes one dimensional array. However, it does not change the original array. Original array remains same. Now array object dot reshape, again it returns a copy of the array with modified shape. Original it was 2 rows and 3 columns. Here it is 3 rows and 2 columns. This command resize, the difference between reshape and resize modifies the original array in place. So original array shape will be changed into 3 rows and 2 columns. Stacking together of different array. Here I have created 2 arrays of 2 dimension first, and the code vstack stands for vertical stacking. It is equivalent to arts row bind command, r bind command. So vertically 2 arrays have been added. Now hstack stands for horizontal stacking. So column wise first 2 arrays are added. So this is equivalent to r's c bind command, column bind command. Now let us move to Python practical session. First we will generate 10 random number. Before that we need to import the Numpy package. So we write import NumPy as np, press F9, and then to generate 10 random number we write np.random.rand. So 10 random numbers are generated. Now to generate random number from normal distribution, standard normal distribution, here we will write random dot normal of 0 mean, standard deviation 1, and number of observations are 10. So these are 10 random numbers from normal distribution, standard normal distribution. Now to generate a random number array of 2 rows and 3 columns, we'll write np.random.rand, and first element is for number of rows and second is for number of columns. So it will generate an array of 2 rows and 3 columns. To generate 4 random number from uniform distribution, you write np random.uniform and size is 4. So these are 4 random numbers from uniform distribution. Now let me show you how to do array indexing. So first I create some array np arrange. This is equivalent to the range function in the built-in part. 10 numbers, and then we are going to reshape it, or simply we can select 10 random number. Now if we want to access the last element, we can use both positive indexing and negative indexing like list indexing in case of array indexing. So here we can write x minus 1, so it will access the last element. To access the second element starting from 0, we'll write x 1, so it will access the second element. Now indexing of the multidimensional array, let me first create a multidimensional array np arrange ten observations, and then we are going to reshape it into 2 rows and 5 columns. Now you can look at the array. There are 2 rows and 5 columns. Now if you want to access the element in the last row and the last column, we'll write y. First use square bracket and this value first for the rows. So last row can be written as -1 and the last column under square bracket -1. So it will access this value 9. So value 9. If you want to access the value at the first row and the second column, in that case first row will write x 0 because indexing of rows and both rows and columns start at 0. So this is for the first row and the second column will be 1. So we can see it has accessed the value of the first row and second column. Now we'll look at the reshaping of array shape change. Now this array is a 2-dimensional array. If we give the command array object dot ravel, this returns a copy of the original array flattened into 1 dimension. So output is a 1-dimensional array, but it will not change the original array. We can look at it. Original array remains same. Now we have already learned about reshape command. Like if you want to reshape the array into, instead of 2 rows and 5 columns, we can make it 5 rows and 2 columns. So it has changed into 5 rows and 2 columns. So it makes a copy of the array. Original array remains same. However, the command resize, its function is same, but it modifies the original array in place. So original array, here also the output will be same. If we look at the, now if we look at the original array shape has been changed into 5 rows and 2 columns. And lastly, we want to learn about stacking together, how to stack together array. So you can remove this portion and write now how to stack together. We have already one array of, or we can create 2 new arrays. One is np array of 2 rows. First row values are 0 and 1 and second row values are, elements are 2 and 3. Similarly, we create another array of same command np array. Here also we'll create array of the same size. First row values are 4 and 5 and the second rows element are 6 and 7. Now we can select both of them, press F9. Now we can look at the array A and B. this is the array A and array B is this. Now the command vstack will vertically stack together these two arrays. So it is equivalent to r's rbind command. Row wise array will be added. So if we write np.vstack A, B, np vstart, the vertical stacking, it adds the two arrays vertically, it is row wise. So you can see these two arrays are added row wise. And if we change the word this V for H stands for horizontal stacking. So it will add these arrays column wise, which is equivalent to rcbind command. So these two arrays are added column wise. So what have you learned? We have learned about how to generate random number using NumPy, how to index and slice an array, how to manipulate the shape of an array, and lastly how to stack together different arrays.